Okay, Assalamualaikum and very good evening. Okay, I think last week Prof fokus kepada pastel and SWOT analysis,
Yep,
and
yep.
also the end of the slide nanti kita ada TOWS analysis.
Yes, good.
Uh,
This one,
so
hey Harry, remember Harry, this one you are not presenting to me, You're presenting to yourself. Make sure you understand what you're saying. Yeah? Because
yes,
I
Prof,
mentioned to you, this is important for you, your application throughout your life. This is important. In fact, you
Yep.
can use this for your own company. Yeah.
Yes, Prof.
So make sure that you understand what you have written and you make sure that your friends ask you questions. Test
Yes,
your
okay,
knowledge on
Prof.
this aspect. Okay.
Okay, Prof. So
Yeah.
I think most of my friends we already goes marketing management classes. We know about the pastel, we know about SWOT analysis. But as a normal practice, pastel normally kita akan pakai for external. SWOT analysis normally kita akan pakai for internal, which is actually SWOT analysis dia tak stand for internal only. Dia also stand for external.
Ni
But
aku nak betulkan kau Harry. Kau tak
yes,
dengar
bro.
apa aku cakap last week. I said to you, remember, SWOT
Yes, bro.
analysis S dengan W sahaja yang sebenarnya adalah internal. O and T adalah external. So the O and T actually derived from the pastely dan juga water five forces. Remember I told you?
Correct, Prof. Ya, ya.
So
Saya
you
ada tulis
cannot
kat
use
bawah tu.
correct. So that means you tapi tadi masa you explain you kata ni kan. So make sure you make this very very clear. Sebab bila orang tanya macam mana kau cari the external factors tu, the external factors come from two sides, which is the macro and also the micro. The macro is the pastely, the micro is the Potter five forces. Okay?
Correct,
Kau
bro.
dah faham lah. Kau masuk kelas aku ni. Kan cikgu biasa. Kan? Kan
Correct,
lah
bro.
cikgu biasa dia tak explain benda ni. Kan? Betul tak?
Yeah.
Okay,
But
boss. Carry on.
as we understand, pastel is always we use for externals lah. Okay.
Okay.
So what we want to find is the complementary to each other, the
Yes.
pastel and also the SWOT analysis. So
Okay.
I divide it into 4 points lah. So external environmental context for SWOT analysis,
Okay.
strategic planning and decision making, proactive and reactive strategies, risk management and market opportunities. I believe Gaddafi might find another thing lah, but this is what I derive from my point.
Anda dia
So
bagi bola tanggung.
so so for external environmental context, so if you can see for normally for pastel is detailed overview for external environmental, which is business operate. But what is a SWOT will tackle from inside. That's how they're complementary to each other. So this is the point normally when where pastel from outside and SWOT from inside. So they tackle go for targeting on the market research later on. So same goes to strategic. That's well. Same goes to strategic planning and decision making. So the holistic view, they're crucial for strategic planning and decision making. So if we want to go for strategic planning and decision making, the focus is from external and also internal. So we have to decide from pastel point, which is actually external, and we use the SWOT for internal, and they will complementary each other again to get the holistic view on strategic planning and decision making. So this is again, to be honest, kita tak belajar ni, but since Prof dah bagi this point, so I find it actually it's good lah if we find the complementary each other. Previously kita belajar separate, what is pastel, what is SWOT, dia tak ada complementary each other. So but
Remember
when
tak?
I go through this,
Remember tak masa you dekat hospital hari tu? I bagi tahu kan. I said many people when they do the SWOT analysis, I would say 70 to 80% of the people yang buat SWOT analysis tu salah. Remember tak? Remember I said?
ya Prof, normally
In the-
SWOT
in-
analysis yang saya faham kita buat untuk internal, kita tak pernah go for external. Apa yang kita nampak dekat-dekat,
yes.
that's what I practice lah. So now
Ya,
now
correct.
I
Memang
understand
betul. Kita buat internal. Memang SWOT analysis ni kita buat internal. Tetapi what I'm saying is that if you can recall, I said about 70 to 80% orang yang buat SWOT analysis ni salah Sebab apa? Saya ingat tak? What did I say? What did they do? And what consideration yang dia buat yang menyebabkan dia tak buat dengan betul? Apa dia? You remember?
If I'm not mistaken, Prof, sebenarnya dia tak pandang lagi another holistic view yang lain. So dia tak get into like pastel or quarter 5 forces dalam dia punya SWOT analysis as well. So that bila jadi macam gitu dia punya SWOT analysis tak cukup strong.
Okay, that one is kita tengok dekat external dia. Kalau dekat internal dia, okay. Remember I said when you talk about your strength, right? When I said, remember that Gaddafi dengan Chad, I said when you talk about your strength, you don't talk about your strength as in like whatever strength you believe you have, right? I say that you always look at your strength in comparison to what the industry expect you to have. That means if you are in the watch punya business, right? Okay, these are the parameters yang kita tengok. So kita tidak letak strength kita ni dari segi, okay, katakanlah you are custom made punya jam lah katakan. So you tak boleh letak you punya strength ni sama macam parameters yang Casio buat. Casio buat benda yang besar. Jadi tak boleh kata, do I have these qualities? If I don't have these qualities, they are considered my weaknesses. Tidak. So kita kena tengok specifically. Remember I told you, whatever you do, you must relate back to the market structure. You must define what animal you are. You know, you tak boleh kata, oh, I'm just an animal. So an animal, so I can be anywhere in the zoo. Tak boleh. Right? The zoo is a market. And then you must define what animal you are so that you know your habitat. You cannot just say that you are a tiger. Tiger ada macam-macam jenis tiger. Leopard tiger, cheetah tiger, and then harimau Melaya pun tiger. But the way they behave, they have different attributes. So when you want to compare yourself as a tiger, you can define which tiger you are. Cheetah dia duduk atas pokok. Harimau Melaya tak duduk atas pokok. Jadi yang kawan seekor ni boleh panjat. Sedangkan seekor tak boleh panjat. So should I say that the weakness of harimau Melaya is dia tak boleh panjat pokok? No, actually panjat pokok bukan bisnes dia. Kan say panjat pokok. Jadi dia bukan binatang yang panjat pokok. And then you can compare it, say katakan cheetah ke, katakan apa ke, panjat pokok dengan yang satu lagi jenis harimau yang panjat pokok. In the same category. That means what it means is that when you want to define your strength or weaknesses, strength and weaknesses are looking at the same parameters. Do you have it or you don't have it? So the market actually defines what are the parameters that are important for you to consider dalam you punya untuk you consider you punya strength atau weaknesses. Yeah, and then for internal purposes, we need to look at why I say 70% or 80% of the companies yang buat ni salah. Sebab dia akan cakap, okay, I can do this, I can do that, I have this, I have that. But actually, some of the things that you have to is irrelevant. It's not required by the industry dalam that particular market structure. So you cok sendiri saja. You define ratus-ratus strength. But actually, yang relevant sebenarnya 20-30. And now, there is a technique. Kita tak cover dalam subjek. Kalau kita cover dalam satu lagi subjek, then you can see. Because dalam satu lagi subjek, dia ada internal factor analysis. Internal IFA. Dalam external EFA. Yeah? Lepas tu they combine this both and then they come up with the parameters. Okay. This technique will require a specific number of strength atau weaknesses. And then dia ada scoring. This technique sebenarnya boleh dipakai oleh company buat sendiri in-house, boleh. But dia tidak berapa tepat. Because you don't have the certain, you don't have the weightage. What I mean by weightage, very simple. Kalau you pernah beli insurance, kan? Ada, everybody has insurance, right? Kan ada insurance kan? Ada, okay. Did you read the insurance that you buy? Baca tak dia punya yang small prints tu? Ada tak?
Policy, talking about policy, Prof.
Policy. Ada tak?
Baca.
Kalau lepas ni you balik, you tengok. Dia akan detail out very clearly. Dia kata, kalau you putus jari, dia tak kata jari, dia tidak akan jadi very big. Dia akan cakap jari yang mana? Jari tak kanan, jari tak kiri, which jari? And then different jari has different price. Am I correct? How do they actually allocate a price to a particular jari? Kanan, jari mana, jari tunjuk, macam mana dia buat? Do you have any idea?
Kegunaan. The value
Ya, ya the value. Katakanlah jari kelingking. Kalau you
kegunaan
hilang lagi jari
how
kelingking, dia bagi you
useful
20,000.
how
Kalau you
useful
hilang
is
jari
that
penunjuk, dia bagi you 50,000. So
how
why
you
is it different? And then kiri dengan kanan harga lain.
how useful is that finger to you?
It's not how useful the finger to you. Okay, that is considered yes also. But they have done a study across the world, and then they come up with some kind of a statistic to say that this finger is more likely to be used, more functional, for example. That's why they can come up with something like that lah. Dan mungkin betul juga you cakap, dia tanya you, you left-handed ke right-handed, left-handed ke right-handed, then they give a different weightage, isn't it? Okay. So what I'm trying to say here is that the same idea is applicable to when you try to find what are the parameters in a particular market structure. Now, when they consider a particular item dalam tu, dia akan bagi certain weightage. How do they know that this parameter is more important than the other? That's because they have done a study. Now, companies sebenarnya dia tidak tahu the percentage atau the weightage. They don't know. What they can do is that they can guess. And that's good enough. I mean, kita tak boleh lah kata every time you nak buat soal analysis kena panggil consultant yang apa tu, yang ada all this gadget dan sebagainya. Yes, if you have the money, no problem. I mean, if you construct a SWOT analysis, it's crazy, no? It can take about 3 days if you're a big organization. I don't know, like 700 people, and then consultant will tell you, let's do this in a hotel, and then we have done something similar in the past, and it can cost about hundreds of thousands, because they want to facilitate this in a hotel for over 3 days, different groups of people and so on, and just to get some idea. Actually, at the back of their mind, they already have the weightage, and they know some of the things that you convey sebenarnya tak relevant, because they already have at the back of their mind, these are the parameters that are considered to be considered sebenarnya. That's what they do, is that they give you an idea, and then they ask you to talk about it. Kan? Jadi you ingat, okay lah, since I've been spending 3 days, then obviously, it's worth the money that I spent. Actually, at the back of their mind, they already have 80% of the job done. These are the parameters that you should be looking at, not anything under the sun. But they never tell you that. So what they do is that they try to somehow stir you punya discussion towards the points yang dia. Jadi, disebut ni, okay, this is the apa tu keywords lah, whatever lah kan. And then, this is what it means. You understand what I'm saying? Faham tak?
Yes, Prof.
Itu
So basically,
sorry,
so
macam mana?
basically is kita kena buat comparison apple to apple lah, Prof, kan?
Yes, correct. Yes.
Okay.
You tak boleh, macam Harry, you tak boleh buat the SWOT analysis, just simply take anybody in a watchmaking industry and you compare them against that, and they say, you are good or you're bad. No. You have to find somebody who is very, very similar to you. That's why I said just now, katakan masa ontology, katakan, I'm not sure. Maybe they are trying to say, hey, I'm not bothered about anybody else. The reason is because I'm the only one. For example, yang buat swatch, Swiss punya ni, made in Malaysia sebenarnya. So I'm not bothered because, you know what, I can put whatever price I like because I don't have to consider other people. Because the people who wants to buy me, they wouldn't buy me because of a Swiss watch. They will buy me because I'm a Malaysian company producing a Swiss watch which nobody else is doing. Dia nak position diri dia macam tu. Dia nak position diri dia sebagai monopoly. And therefore, I can put whatever price I like. Understand? Dan dia kata, tak payahlah I nak compare diri. I katakan jam I harga RM3,000. Okay, what Swiss watch harga dia RM3,000? Macam Tissot ke, ataupun macam lain-lain susah nak dapat kan. I mean like, Oris pun dah tak boleh dapat RM3,000. Jadi dia nak position dengan siapa? Kan? I mean, like if you buy Tissot katakan RM3,000, is which kind of range? And then they try to position themselves as, sebenarnya kita value for money lah, for example. But they don't actually see anybody in the same category with you. Remember, I gave you the example, the first class, or was it the second class, when I said, you compare the coffee company macam Starbucks, Coffee Bean. Remember I used this? And I said, over a period of time, the Starbucks tried to be funny, think that, hey, hang on a second, I'm not like everybody else. Let's try to see whether I said at the very beginning, they are oligopoly. Oligopoly, they have certain characteristics. That means the characteristics in oligopoly states that dia ada what we call king demand curve. King demand curve means that it is king at a particular point, and then in between that, kalau dia pergi atas, Dia inelastic. Dia elastic. That means dia apa inelastic. Kalau dia turun bawah, kalau once naikkan harga, demand akan turun cepat-cepat. Dia jadi elastic. Dia jadi elastic. Ya? Jadi dia ada a different dia punya concept. So what Starbucks trying to do was that they're trying to tell people, I'm not an oligopoly, I'm a monopoly. I'm not concerned. Sebab bila I naikkan harga, kalau oligopoly, semua orang tak akan buat. The other players in the oligopoly will not increase their price. They will not increase their price. Means bila dia increase the price, and then dia punya demand akan jatuh shrink tremendously. That is called inelastic. That is called elastic. Satu pergerakan yang kecil akan menyebabkan senada pergerakan yang sangat besar. Okay, that is elastic. Inelastic, dia pergerakan yang kecil, dia punya result pun kecil. Itu ini. So, what Starbucks was trying to prove to themselves is that we are not an oligopoly punya market structure. We are monopoly, we do whatever we like. Right? Okay, but other people will tell you, no, we are not oligopoly. We are in the same category with. Sebab itulah, I told you, Coffee Bean, dia make up themselves, buat lain. Dan dia letak harga sekarang sama macam Starbucks. Bukan dia kata, kalau you boleh jual RM12, I pun boleh jual RM12. Because I'm not an inferior product. In fact, I consider you as a direct competitor. Yeah, faham tak? And with all this Israel thing dan sebagainya, then certain companies feel that they are a better position than their competitors. Yeah. Okay, boleh.
So, sir, short question, sir. So basically, if any businesses that is under the oligopoly market structure, once they have distinguished themselves, differentiate themselves from others, they can be considered sort of like a monopoly market structure like Starbucks.
Depends. That is if they manage to do it. But many of the occasion they are not able to do it. The reason is because oligopoly market structure dictates that all the players, they are of a similar size. Kedua, they produce identical or similar products. Identical. That means sebiji sama ataupun similar. Ada sedikit kelainan. And they are easily substituted among each other. And that means kalau I beli Shell, so I tak nak beli Shell, I beli Petronas. It's almost similar. Not identical because adalah sedikit dia punya ingredient yang lain kan. But for many people, they're not bothered. If you ask across the nation, I mean, are you really bothered? If you couldn't find a Shell, would you buy Petronas? Many people say, oh, if I need to buy Petronas, I just buy Petronas. If I need to buy Petronas, I buy Petronas. Of course, some people say I'm very particular. But what I'm trying to say is that dia tidaklah terlalu rigid. Understand? Some people buy Shell because they had this promotion in the past because they give cars, like that, right? And then on the other occasion, Petronas will give you some other things that people switch. Because oligopoly market structure, they don't compete on the price. They compete on the advertisement. They compete on their services. That's why competition does not come from pricing perspective. Okay? That's why I told you Starbucks was trying to be funny. They were not competing in the price first. They're trying to compete on other things. Then they realized that actually I can dictate. Then when they feel that they can dictate, then suddenly they play with the price. Oligopoly tidak main dengan harga. Then they main dengan harga. You get this they punya demand will shift tremendously. So they know that this is a tough game lah. Kalau you main dengan pricing lah. Okay. Hey, I thought you guys are supposed to do the presentation. In the end, you guys cheated me again.
So from my understanding is that basically in the oligopoly, of course, each and every businesses try to differentiate themselves just to create customer loyalty and capture market share. But Starbucks is just trying to be funny to try to be a monopoly and hike up their price. Is that correct?
Yes, correct.
Okay, thank you, sir.
But maybe they managed to do that for a short period of time. And then to Coffee Bean make up themselves and so on. And then they put them in position. Then if I were to be frank, this is my own analysis. I look at it, hey, actually there are three different groups of people. Satu Starbucks dengan siapa ni? Dengan apa tu? Dengan Coffee Bean. Yeah. And then you have another group of people like macam Gloria Jeans. Yeah. origins. And then you have the Malaysian companies. Macam Gigi, macam apa tu, apa nama lagi satu, Zeus and so on. Sebab harga dia tak sama, Richemont, dia tak sama. Dia tak sama harga. Okay, so I think there are 3 different level groups of people. Even though for many people who just drink coffee, they feel that it's only the same stage. I mean, if I can pay 7 ringgit, why can't I just pay 8 ringgit? Why can't I just pay 10 ringgit? Something like that. I think for most people, they feel that the coffees are less kurang sama lah. Kan? Kan? Because if you want a unique coffee, pergi kedai-kedai macam ni, actually all this coffee yang you pergi ni, they are commercial coffee. They're not. Coffee lovers don't go to this kind of coffee punya center. Dia tak pergi. Kalau you pergi Italy, orang tak pergi ni. Abang ni semua orang tak pergi. They go to a small shop where the owner actually, dia jenis-jenis macam Hairi lah. Yang buat dedicated, they learn how to make combine the beans. I have a cousin who's like that. And these people, they don't appreciate all this Starbucks. So need commercial. This one is more for the gimmick, for people to come, to show off. And then lepak-lepak. And they try to claim that they're coffee lovers. They're not actually. They don't know. They bukan professional. That's why these are mass market. Dulu, kalau you tengok, you pergi coffee at Starbucks, there is a list of apa tu kat atas tu ada, these are the things on offer. Yeah? Kalau and dulu bila dia pakai machines yang nak prepare the coffee, dia panggil semi-auto coffee, semi-auto machine. They don't use it anymore. They already scrap all the semi-auto. They make it fully auto. Now, these fully auto machines doesn't require the barista to be so much clever lah. Ada. Dulu dia memang require because you need to tune the machines and you kena tengok bila dia jatuh dia punya ni dia punya coffee tu must be at the same time. So and then bila orang datang dia can dictate, okay, I want this. Bartender ataupun the barista tu dia kena tahu macam mana nak campur ni. Dia tak ada. They don't do anything outside of the list that they advertise. Faham tak? Dulu lain. You datang, you can say, I want this, I want that, dan sebagainya. Sekarang tidak ada. Because semua is automatic. Dia tak ada semi-auto ini.
Just want to share my point of view, Prof, about
okay,
this premium coffee lah. But for me, as these two types, I agreed. But the thing is, whatever they sell is only a lifestyle. So if you go to Starbucks, it's about lifestyle. If you go to the San Francisco, it's your lifestyle. But I'm the one who do my own coffee. I grind sendiri. I buat sendiri. It's actually satisfaction. I mean, if you really a coffee lover, you will find the good beans. You will find the good coffee. You will do it yourself lah. Because it's easy. Actually, it's easy. But if you said you are a coffee lover and you will entertain all these premium coffee shops, for me, you just want to elevate your lifestyle lah. I mean, it's fine. It's fine.
Macam ni lah. Ni Harry, where you staying, Harry?
KL, in the center of KL. Yeah.
Oh, you bukan duduk kat area Ampang situ, bukan?
Ampang. It's about 5 minutes here from.
Okay, if you go to Ampang, dia ada satu menara, dia namanya Menara Polo, right?
It's nearby my house. Just next to
nearby
my
your
house.
Okay. There is one coffee shop there. There's one coffee shop dekat situ. Actually, coffee shop tu dia buat macam apa you cakap tu. They actually, what they do is that they buy the beans and then they mix the beans. Dia pilih sendiri. Jadi dia tak appreciate. Orang macam ni dia tak appreciate all this Starbucks. So dia orang punya sendiri. Macam you cakap. Dia tak find satisfaction. Dia find satisfaction in, go to the market, buy the beans and then mix the beans dan sebagainya. And then they come up with their own formula. Kalau you tengok, you pergi Starbucks, you coffee bean, they sell the beans, right? Dia panggil Colombia lah, Sumatra lah, Congo lah, Kenya lah, whatever they call it. It's actually 2 kinds of beans saja. Dia bukan ada banyak beans pun. Kan? Dia satu Arabica, satu lagi apa nama dia? Dia ada 2 je. Tapi the beans come from different country, ada taste dia lain-lain sikit. And then they mix the thing. And then dia bagi medium roast, dia bagi tu light ataupun dark roast. Jadi benda-benda ni saja yang buat differentiator dia, dan juga dia datang daripada beans. But the beans ada dua jenis saja. Unless you want to go to Vietnam punya ke tempat daerah, they use different kind of beans lah. Kan? Kalau you pergi ke kopi Melaya, dia tak guna beans semua, dia pakai Malaysia punya beans. Right? So tak apalah. So I'm suggesting lah kan. Maybe one of the classes kita buat dekat kedai Encik Harry lah. Sambil kita minum kopi, kita boleh tengok jam dia lah kan.
Tu saya setuju.
100%.
Minggu depan.
Mungkin ada jam dia yang ada sikit efek tu, dia kata tak boleh jual, yang ni ambil lah. Tapi jangan bagi tahu orang lah, ada sikit efek lah. Actually Harry, I was little bit disappointed about 2 weeks ago. So there was this guy who wants to sell this masa halogen kan. The published price was about 3,000 plus. The guy wanted to sell RM900 lah. I was excited about it, and I said yes lah. Instantly I said yes. So the guy said, okay, where are you? Then he came over. When he came over, he was very, what do you call it? He was very sincere lah. He said, actually there was I just noticed, while waiting for you, I just noticed one of the indicators yang tunjuk jam yang dekat 40, dia sudah tercabut. Sudah tercabut dia punya indikator tu lah. So I said, kalau tercabut macam mana saya mau pakai? Ke tak boleh pakai lah, dia tak cacat. Tapi I said, if I take this to the shop, then will not glue the things. Kalau nanti dia glue, nanti dia bila jam tu seconds and dia bergerak, dia mungkin dia tersekat kat situ. So I don't want to take the rings. So basically, if I want to do this, I got to change the whole face, you see. So should I spend a lot of money? And then I said, you should have told me in advance. Then you don't have to come all the way. So they kata, well, the thing is, I just noticed about it. So I said, tough luck lah. I cannot take something like this and then spend a little bit more to get it done.
Just share about watches lah. Siapa-siapa lah, Muhammad, Chan, and also you, Prof. The problem is bila dalam tu ada problem. I mean the hands, the dial or whatever, boleh je glue, tak ada masalah. But once you buka, Prof, it required the testing back. The ATM testing, the pressure testing. So this is actually cost you expensive. It's not about the glue thing. It's cheap.
Okay, Harry, this one I know about this thing, Harry. When I was in the UK last time, I ada satu Swiss watch tau. Dia yang diver 200 meter. Okay. Sebelum tu, I tukar dekat KL saja. Tukar bateri saja RM20 je. Bila I pergi UK, dia nak charge I £30. I say, what ridiculous is that? And then they say, I want to keep your watch for 1 week. I said, why do you need to do that? Well, I don't have the machine to test the pressure and so on. I said, what pressure? Talking about? Dia kata, bila you buka pada ni, this is the diver's for the watch. And then obviously, I have to test against the pressure. I don't have the machine. I have to send to another expert. Yeah? It costs about £30 over a week. Saya cakap, tak lah. I said, rambut dah mahal. Then I went to another shop. Orang ni dia ada pressure. Dia buat macam gitu yang macam coffee ni tu kan. Dia ada pressure macam tu. They said, I can do it. Immediately I can do it. He just gave me about 1 hour. So I do it for £17, katakan. Mahal. £17 is about RM80 masa tu. Kan? Sedangkan dekat Malaysia RM20 dia buka. Rupanya yang Malaysia tu, dia buka, dia ganti, dia tutup je. Alas, kan? Kau berenang lah, dia masuk 200 meter, meletup jam kau. Kan? Understand?
Diver's watch bila dia buka, automatically dia akan tukar you punya seal ring. Doesn't matter, rosak tak rosak, dia terus tukar juga. That's cost lah.
Yelah, tapi kalau you hantar kat kedai-kedai ni, dia tak tukar. Dia kira belasah je, dia fikir kau pun tak tahu.
Yeah, bro. Once you understand, you are the knowledge that, then normally you akan tanya, oh murah kenapa murah?
Eric, itu COO punya position available tak? Kau CEO kan?
Tak, ya CEO,
CEO.
bro. Kalau
CEO
tak
dia.
available lah, at the moment CEO ada my partner.
Kalau CEO punya position available, aku hantar resume lah kat kau.
Saya kena berhenti dulu lah, Prof. Macam tu.
Okay. So this is what it is lah. So as usual lah, you guys cheat me again. When you're supposed to do the presentation, somehow I finish up your presentation.
Okay, okay. That's next slide.
We get more knowledge from chit-chatting, sir.
Experience sharing.
Remember, this kind of
Yeah.
thing will come out in your exam.
We can tap into your mind, your brain, you know. You can give us more knowledge through
I
chit-chatting.
think I should ask the university to charge you guys more. Huh? It's more
Can,
like
no
a
problem.
consultation than the class.
I thought we have agreed to go to Tony Roma, sir.
Oh,
Ah,
really?
kan? Betul kan?
So
Let's go.
I thought the billionaire so far has kept his mouth shut. Right. So we are still waiting. He is pretending to be sick every week.
Oh, now no more pension lah, Prof. Pension dah tak ada, Prof. Lepas ni duit sudah habis.
So you still going for the physiotherapy?
Have to lah, Prof. Have to.
You pergi physiotherapy kat mana? Kat ni Abang Putri.
Apa Putri, Prof?
I think there's a nice restaurant dekat Gleneagles. You pergilah satu hari situ kita pergi sana Gleneagles.
Dome.
Kita pergi dome ke mana-mana.
Bagi jadi,
Let's
Prof.
go,
Bagi
let's
jadi.
go.
Bagi jadi.
Hey, I tell you what. Why don't we try to do this? Where do we meet
Saturday?
up next week? Next Saturday.
Can, Prof, can.
Boleh?
Okay,
Saturday?
let's try to do something next Saturday.
Boleh.
Kita
Yeah.
try to plan where we can meet somewhere and then we can have a class there.
Sure.
Right?
Can, Prof.
And on the spot, I give you the question while I finish up all the dinner. You guys do the assignment.
Oh no. I think next week I perut sakit lah, sir.
Then we can time the 3 hours assignment.
That's oral punya assignment ke apa, Prof?
Alright, so you
That-
get
that
the
would
points that I'm
be-
trying to say. Now the thing is that dia macam ni, nanti kan kau graduate kan orang tanya siapa cikgu kau, kan? Betul tak? Jawapan dia kenalah lain sikit daripada orang lain, betul? Kan? Ini kalau nak cari buku dekat 4-5 buku, satu buku je dah RM200. Kan? Borak-borak je dah dapat, tak payah baca buku dah. Kan senang? Tak senang ke? Senang je kan?
Nah.
Kau nak suruh Chan baca buku, dia kata, got time. Time is money. Where got time? Kan? Betul tak? Jadi, where got time to baca? Then somebody has to go to do the thinking for me. In the office, my secretary is doing the thinking for me. So, my staff is doing the thinking for me. If I do the thinking, then why do I pay them their salary? Betul? Betul? Jadi,
Not accept as expectation lah, Prof.
Okay. Alright. Okay, apa lagi nak present ni?
I continue. Tadi I dah ada mention about 4 pillar of complementary. So the next one is the proactive and reactive strategies. So wait. So pastel is actually they can help to anticipate changes in external environment and also prepare for them lah, for the company. And
Sekejap,
also SWOT on that.
Sebelum ni, kejap Kari, kejap. I want you to take out the notes and then write this down. Because these are the things that you need to consider when you write your testimony. Okay? Right? Okay. Number 1. When you write about your politics, you talk about the environment, the political environment, stable, tak stable tu kan. Itu you faham lah,
Okay.
senang aja. Political dia macam kata dekat Palestin macam mana, dekat Malaysia, political stable ke tak stable ke, England stable ke tak, depending on the market. Very simple. Huh? When economics, you got to talk about the fiscal policy dengan monetary policy. Okay, what is fiscal? What is monetary policy? So, fiscal policy talks about subsidies. Yeah, subsidies dengan tax. Okay, subsidies dengan tax are fiscal policy. Faham? Okay, kenalah ada sedikit technical term dekat situ. You tulis fiscal policy looks into subsidies and tax. So when you describe you punya economics tu, you kena describe in these 2 perspectives. How does the tax affect your punya company? How does the subsidy affect your punya company? Atau kalau tak ada lah. Okay, faham tak? Kan macam kata Harry kata, okay, the government give subsidies to taraf perintis katakan, since this is a product that they want Malaysia to encourage, therefore give subsidies kata pun, tax exemption, whatever lah. Kan? That's why you need to talk about it. I tak nak you masuk macam kelas economic macam ni. No. You need to be having some technical knowledge on this thing. Okay? That's fiscal policy. And bila you talk about monetary policy talks about interest rate. Okay, how does the interest rate affect your organization? Kalau interest rate tu naik atau turun, mesti dia ada affect you punya borrowings. Because usually companies ni dia tak cakap about dia punya saving. They talk about dia punya borrowings. Kan? Dia nak buat leverage dia pinjam duit daripada bank. That's how does it affect. You need to talk on that two perspective. Adalah nampak kelainan daripada kerja you. Faham? Fiscal policy and monetary policy. Then when you talk about social, you talk about what the society punya aspiration, expectations. So kalau macam sekarang ni apa orang cerita katakan? Inclination to what? Against Israeli ke ataupun local punya flavor ke dan sebagainya. You need to take into that context lah. Kan? I tak tahu. Sekarang ni mungkin kalau Harry kan, I don't know. Maybe because now everybody is trying to associate a lot of the foreign companies to subsidizing the Israelis dan sebagainya. I don't know. Maybe one of the things that Malaysia should do is promote Malaysian products. Betul ni? So that kita pun tak confused. Kalau Malaysia punya produk, dia memang pergi tax semua dan sebagainya, dia akan pergi dalam Malaysia ni. So this is maybe society. Tanggapan. Technology. Now, technology, many people find this, I think they don't quite understand what they do. They say about technology, you talk about what are the technology relevant to your particular industry. Bukan any technology yang mengarut-garut tu you masuk je dalam tu. And if you talk about the technology, you must understand external factors, bukan internal. Bukan you ada atau tidak ada. You kata, okay, Malaysia has this technology. You capitalize on it. Kalau you kata, okay, now we have EV. Good. Tetapi I tak boleh capitalize on EV. The reason is because I don't have that much money to buy EV cars. So this is actually a threat. Because what as a company, I cannot promote people using EV. Wouldn't that affect my reputation at some stage where people say that, oh, let's buy products from company that promotes good environment dan sebagainya. Jadi technically it's against me, isn't it? Because I did not promote using EV. Kan? Dan tiba-tiba ada competitor memang datang je, oh dia ada sediakan station EV. Nak tunjuk yang they are complying to the Paris 2030 agenda, you know, zero carbon lah, all this sort of thing. Dia nak tunjuk dia friend. Understand? That is actually technology. And then L is legal. So legal again, so you don't talk about legal punya activities, anything. Talk about legal activities that are related to your market, you punya market structure. And the environment talks about green. Understand? So that's why when you do the festival, you mesti agak fokus. Bukan caca marba pergi mana-mana. No. Understand? Yeah? Okay. Now this information is very important because macam Harry, especially both of you, it's your own company, right? So obviously you want to get things right. Macam Gaddafi, maybe at one stage you want to work on your own company. So that's why I say, kita buat MBA, inspiration is actually people who are not from a business background. Mungkin qualification dia technical lah, macam physics ke. And then they come up with their own company, and they want to get some knowledge. So bila dia nak dapat knowledge, dia takkan tiap kali dia nak tanya consultant tu dulu. They need to have some ideas. And then when they engage the people, actually do HR, actually do IT, do accounting, law, dan sebagainya, they have some idea what these people are doing. Faham tak? That's why when you study and ada 15 different subject and different parameters dia, different dia punya discipline. You understand? Because you are not expected to master them, but you are expected to have some idea about what's happening in those different domains. Okay? You understand? Okay. Ya, kalau you beli buku, dia tak ada cerita macam ni. Dia akan cerita personally tu. Because the most expensive part is not the knowledge, thought process. That's why I say, bila you buat undergraduate and postgraduate, there are two different levels. Remember I told you in the first class, we talk about Bloom taxonomy. Bloom taxonomy at a higher level describes only three things: assessment, evaluation, and synthesis. This is not what books are designed for. Books are designed to give you knowledge. Knowledge is preliminary. Maknanya you pakai knowledge tu, pakailah untuk you figure out lah how you want to apply this knowledge. Dia tak akan campur chapter 1, campur chapter 3, campur chapter 4, dapat ni, tak ada. You figure out chapter 1 is about this, chapter 2 is about this, chapter 3 is about that. You pandai-pandai lah macam mana you nak combine kan. And your expectation kalau you undergraduate, chapter 1 dia akan tanya pasal chapter 1. Chapter 2 dia akan tanya soalan chapter 2. Right? Understand? Then you masuk postgraduate, dia cacam merbakkan semua benda ni. And this is where the confusion comes in. You don't understand the knowledge, you don't have the basic idea about knowledge, then obviously you cannot do the application. Faham? Yeah? So I want you to be mindful of this. Okay? All right. Okay. Right. Okay. Now, Irene talks about risk management. Risk management ni sangat penting. Yeah. Now, risk management dia ada dia punya calculations sendiri. Now, this can be a little bit interesting because when you talk about risk, there are a few things that you want to do. You want to avoid the risk, you want to pass over the risk to somebody, you want to manage the risk, atau you want to transfer the risk. So nak transfer, macam mana you nak transfer? Can I transfer this to some other companies? Can. Like for example, companies buat SPV, for example, right? You do SPV, right? You know what is SPV? Special Purpose Vehicle, kan? So you transfer the risk. So whatever happens, this particular entity will bear the risk. Kan? Avoid the risk. How do I avoid the risk? I just don't do it at all. If there is something that comes in along the way, I just don't, okay, I'm not interested in partnering with this company, for example. So there is a certain risk involved, for example. So ada macam-macam mekanisme. Atau I manage, atau I contain the risk. How do I contain the risk? There are some mitigation elements that I put into place so that I can actually get the risk and then I can, okay, kalau benda ni jadi, okay, I buat ni. So I'm always covered. Yeah? So this is what risk management is all about. Why this part is very important? Because you talk about apa ni, venture. Jadi dalam venture mesti ada risk. Mana boleh tak ada risk? That's why you need to understand all this thing. Dia bukan setakat perkataan risk. Tapi risk ni dia ada elemen-elemen di dalam tu yang sebenarnya you have to consider and what are the things you need to. For example, Harry said that, okay, I go to Japan dan sebagainya. I have different partners. Different partners have different risks. That's why people do what due diligence. Any party that comes in, so you kata dia buat venture. That means that you talk about mergers and acquisition. Talk about mergers and acquisition. Every party that comes into the business, they what due diligence. You do diligence. A company and B company has different perspective altogether. Ada faham? Faham? I ada satu masalah besar. Masalah I ialah shopping mall dia dah tutup lampu dah. Dia nak suruh aku balik. Dan if aku balik, it takes about 25 minutes to get this thing on again. I tell you what, in order not to kau dah nak tidur lah.
Saya setuju.
Aku ingat macam ni lah. Aku ingat macam ni. When I go to the parking and then I reconnect back, you don't lock out, right? What I can do is that I can give you something to think about, okay? And we can discuss about this after this. What I want you to do is that can you have a look at Tao's matrix? Remember I told you, if you learn nothing at all, yang ini aku tengok pun aku boleh tembak terus dah ni. Aku bagi kau 25 minit, tengok balik. Kegunaan asal benda ni. Sebelum korang kena balut sekarang. Okay, can you do that? 20 to 25 minutes lah.
Adakah dia nak jadi manufacturer ni nak jadi market structure dalam monopoli ke ataupun monopolistik ke ataupun sebagainya lah. Apabila dia ada clear landscape dekat mana company kat industri atau manufacturer tu nak pergi, then dia boleh guna development strategi dia. Macam mana dia nak kita boleh tahu ada metrik-metrik yang ada dalam metrik tu. Jadi dia boleh gunakan tu sama ada dia nak jual ke yang baru, develop, dia nak expand ke new region dan sebagainya lah. Jadi bila dia dah ada cara untuk dia develop company dia kat industri sendiri menggunakan strategi dekat unsolved metrik, macam mana kita nak tahu buying power customer kita, competitor. So bila dia dah dapat matchkan portal 5 poses dengan unsolved metrik ni untuk make sure development strategi tu sesuai, dia boleh gunakan pestle analysis tu untuk menentukan apakah faktor-faktor yang boleh bagi impact dekat car business dia. Macam tadi saya buat tambahan, macam Prof ada cerita dari segi political, ekonomi. Contohnya political dari segi stability. Kita ambil contoh macam mana bisnes BYD masuk dekat Malaysia. Kita tengok kenapa EV industri bukan saja Tesla tapi BYD pun masuk kerana dia untuk menentukan impact bisnes dia. Dia boleh menggunakan, dia boleh sambung terus pergi ke SWOT analysis untuk melihat sama ada company ni punya sustainability macam mana. Contohnya dari strength dan weakness, adakah dia boleh compete dekat location atau tempat yang dia nak pergi tu. Dan apa yang dia ada. Contohnya kalau strength dia yang peers BYD dan Tesla, kita ambil daripada perspektif BYD, apakah kelebihan yang BYD ada. Kalau Tesla, dia punya kelebihan dia, strength dia adalah dia ada advanced engineering. Dia ada license untuk run autonomous, which is BYD tak ada. So those kind of SWOT analysis tu akan menentukan dekat mana dia boleh bergerak dalam negara. Dan ini adalah rated buat decision yang ditentukan itu, adakah dia boleh mencapai market yang dia lakukan tu, kita boleh expand untuk dia buat strategic planning untuk car business tu sendiri. Kita ada advanced engineering dalam teknologi autonomous. Jadi macam mana dia boleh expand bagi strategic planning? Strength dia adalah dia ada strong team yang mahir dalam bidang autonomous tu sendiri. So Taos Metric adalah salah satu cara untuk dia dia adalah extended kepada SWOT analysis. Apabila kita dah tahu kat mana strength, weakness, kita punya opportunity dan threat, kita boleh gunakan Taos Metric tu untuk maximizekan impact bisnes yang dia nak jalankan tu. So itu adalah relationship yang saya dapat, dan ini adalah kitaran. Dia tak adalah daripada kiri ke kanan, tapi dia adalah interrelated sebenarnya. Maksud saya adalah setiap fasa-fasa yang company lalu adalah interrelated. Dia boleh pergi balik pada awal dan dia boleh pergi ke depan ikut pada company itu punya matlamat dan strategi dan objektif lah. So itu adalah angle saya nak cerita tentang Taos Metric lah. Sebab kita tahu Taos Metric ada banyak macam-macam objektif yang nak dicapai, which is kita boleh dapat information tu. Tapi in the end of the day dia adalah sebagai satu pillars untuk menjadi strategic planning kepada mana-mana bisnes untuk menggerakkan lah.
Okay, no problem, because this is you dah present ni. Taos Metric ni tadi siapa yang nak tunjuk tadi yang Taos Metric tu? Yang earlier tu ada satu yang cuba kita balik tadi ada this one. This one. And this Taos Matrix is a very powerful tool. Yeah, you must understand when we create the Taos Matrix, apa sebenarnya Taos Matrix ni derive dari SWOT. What you do is that you actually list down all your strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. That's what you do. Remember, when you want to do your strength, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats ni, strength, weaknesses kita tengok internal. Kita internal, kita check dengan the industries where are we compared to other people. We need to come up with the parameters dia, people, process, and technology. Sama dengan opportunities dan people, process, and technology. We have a long list. 4. So then, Taos Matrix, okay, write this down. Also known as a matching concept. Matching. Now, it's easy to remember because bila kita panggil matching concept, it is always the internal doing the job, not external. It is used from WT. So you see that the first alphabet is actually the internal alphabet, not the external alphabet. Nampak? S dengan W. Dia tak ada OS ataupun PW. Always the internal, so never get confused. You cannot get it wrong. Okay? Because it's internal. The internal is something you can control. External, not something that you cannot control. That's why you have to use what you can control to control the things that you cannot control, which is the external. Yeah, that's why they panggil SO, WP, ST, WP. Very. Maknanya bila you tengok the quadrant, you just match S dengan O, W dapat S. W dengan O, W, P yang tu salah. Yang WP tu salah. Dia sebenarnya WO.
Oh ya. Okay.
WO.
Yes.
And then S dengan T dapat ST, W dengan T dapat T lah, WT. Kalau S dengan O, S adalah positif kan? Time is positive, opportunity is positive, that means positive and positive is positive. That means bila positif yang positif, that means it's a low risk. Risiko yang rendah. Faham? Low risk strong and opportunity is there, so you capitalize. It's very easy. So that is a very low risk. Kalau you dapat WO, that means one is negative, this is negative. Positif. Okay, WO ini adalah medium risk. Yang satu adalah negatif. Same thing goes with S. S adalah your strength and then T adalah your threats. One is positive and the other one is medium punya risk. And the last one, W dengan T, dua-dua adalah negatif. Dua-dua adalah negatif, that means it's very high risk. Okay, faham? Ya, boleh faham? Now write this down. When you talk about SO, that means using your strength, capitalizing on the opportunities available. That is what it is. That is how you define SO. Using your strength, capitalizing on the opportunities. Kalau WO ialah minimizing your weaknesses. Minimizing your weaknesses by capitalizing on the. What is your weakness? You are a small. Yeah, you are a small company. You are a weakness. However, the opportunities they come from outside kan. These adalah SME banks are giving fund to small companies. So maknanya you minimize your weaknesses, your kelemahan as a small company by taking up the loans available so that you can grow and become bigger. That's what it means. Minimizing your weaknesses, capitalizing on the. Kalau ST pula ialah using your strength to eliminate the threats. Macam mana your strength? Contohnya your strength is that you have good relationship with them. The threats are companies, we have an open market, international companies can come into Malaysia and can start a business. What you do is that you tell the government that the government need to protect the local industry. The government, you need to do some sanctions against all these foreign companies. Masih tarif ke, you masih semua lah. Jadi dekat situ, that's what it means. Using your strength to eliminate the threats. And then WT adalah minimizing your weaknesses and eliminating the threats. That's what it means. So this is the most difficult. Jawapan untuk WT is always innovation. Okay, for example. Let me give you an example. Now, ni siapa ada anak-anak kat sekolah rendah? Ada? Jadi ada? Ada. Darjah berapa? Chan ada? Darjah berapa?
Darjah 5, darjah 3.
Chan? Darjah 3. Darjah 3. Ni, Rafi?
Darjah 1, darjah 6.
Darjah
5.
1.
Darjah 5.
Darjah 5. Tak sure yang mana satu.
3 anak.
3. Dia pun tak apa-apa sure. Jawapan kurang pasti. Kan? Kita bagi lagi beberapa saat. Jawapan anda sudah pasti?
Pasti.
Yeah, okay. Dia tengok juga tadi. Orang kat belakang ke tidak kan? Nak jawab 2 ke nak jawab 3?
Dia tengah fikir nak libatkan girlfriend ke tak terlibat girlfriend.
Sama juga jawapan dia. Jawapan dia lah, ini lemah dan juga budak-budak dalam ni, jadi jawapan dia lah anda perlu baca buku Inggeris lah. Banyakkan buku Inggeris. Darjah 3 pun sama. Jadi tiap-tiap tahun dia punya jawapan pun sama lah. Lepas tu masuk tahun keempat, kau pun datang jumpa. Masuk kelas. Pun belajarlah tahun seminggu. Nak masuk sekali lagi nak jumpa guru cikgu sekolah dah jam 4 kan. Dah tahu cikgu tu lain. Sebab kau dah tengok result pun dah tahu dia duduk dekat last. Kau pun cikgu. Kau tak pergi kelas. Kalau cikgu pergi kelas ni dia panggil WT. Witness and Threats. Jawapan ni kena innovation. Kalau budak tu dah memang tengah kerti macam mana tu? So at the end of the day, what are we trying to achieve here? We are trying to achieve where the person can speak English, right? Can write better in English. Is there no other mechanism? Mungkin dia boleh baca through YouTube. Mungkin dia boleh through listening. It should be your answer. That's why I say WT ni, dia punya jawapan dia adalah innovation. Bila dua-dua tak bagus, bila you marry them, memang you takkan ni. Tak bagus betul marry dapat bagus. Jadi jawapan dia mesti innovation dekat situ. When I said marry, what it means is that katakanlah, right, tadi I give you example. Strength, you are very good. Boleh untuk dapat. Dia sebenarnya, matching konsep ni dia macam kita hidup dalam dunia lah. Kan? Relationship ada berapa banyak jenis? Ada berapa banyak jenis? Hubungan.
Dua hala, dua ataupun banyak hala.
Okey, dia ada dua hala, hubungan ada dua. Kalau dia tak dua hala, dia tak kahwin. Jadi tak kahwin, dia tak boleh duduk tengah-tengah kan? Dia yang SO tu mana dia dah kahwinkan points. WO pun dia dah kahwinkan points. Kalau dia tak kahwin, dia duduk kat atas, dia tak duduk kat bawah. Tak duduk kat tengah-tengah. Dia kat tengah-tengah tu, that's why dia panggil matching, that's why dia kahwin. So when I ask you, kita kahwin, kita panggil relationship lah. Kan? Strength you ada 20, opportunities ada 20. Points nombor 1 dalam strength, dia boleh kahwin dengan mana-mana dekat nombor 20 sampai 20 dekat opportunities betul. The relationship could be 1-to-1. One strength plus one of the betul. Then you get an answer. It can also be one strength kahwin dengan dua opportunities. Dua opportunity combine, you get an answer, and then you kahwin dengan dan you letak dekat situ. Dekat tengah. There could be also two strength kahwin dengan satu opportunities. Last one, a few strength kahwin dengan a few opportunities. That means that you can have all kind of permutation. You can have one-to-one relationship, one-to-many relationship, and have many-to-one relationship, or you can have many-to-many relationship. What it means. And then whatever answer that you have in the middle tu, yang dekat yang combination tu, you can have many. That is your options. That is the choices that you can have. But it doesn't mean that you can do everything there. Because in the first class, in the first chapter, in the first paragraph, in the first sentence, what did you find in the economic book? Tanya balik ni. Sources are scarce. So when resources are scarce, when you are given all these possibilities ataupun opportunities to capitalize with your options, doesn't mean you can do all because resources are scarce. Kan, betul? Ini table ni hanya tunjuk options yang available. It doesn't mean that you can do all. You have to pick, and when you pick some of the options, some of the options are not easy options. This is macam you belajar portfolio management. Bila you nak belajar portfolio management dalam finance, you ada belajar finance dah? Did you study finance? Tak ada lagi. Okay. Kalau you belajar finance, mungkin ada satu assignment finance, dia kata, okay, mungkinlah saya tak tahulah kalau dekat sini dia bagi macam tu. Tapi kalau dulu masa saya belajar tu macam investment punya advisor. Okay, so what you are asked to do is that your client wants to nak invest 100 million pounds on various portfolios. Okay? And then dia suruh you tengok F500 punya dan sebagainya. Jadi you create, okay, yang ini risiko dia, yang ini gold market. Gold market tak ada risiko sangat. Okay? You consider almost zero lah. Okay? So macam mana you nak combine a few of these risks and then tell the person that this is the best maximum ataupun even these are your portfolio punya. Dia macam ni juga lah. Yeah. So actually that's why I say the thought process is similar. You pusing macam mana apa subjek pun thought process dia sama saja. Cuma yang ini dia tengok elemen ni. Kalau finance dia tengok duit. Dia choices are the same. Maknanya resources are scarce. 1 million, you ada 1 million. With 1 million, what can you do? If you tanya kan, okay, you have 1 million, okay, you are supposed to make watches. You boleh buat 20 watches. Harga dia 50,000 satu, betul tak? Kan, you letak gitu-gitu. Atau I can make just one watch. It's actually 1 million punya value. Kan? Ataupun I can make 1 million watches because setiap satu watches tu is RM1. Boleh. That is your choice. This is portfolio management. Yang ini sama lah. Jadi kita bagi ni, bila kita bagi tu, jadi orang kata, oh baguslah aku nak ambil semua expo. Oh, ambil semua. What? Some of these things are marrying against each other dan sebagainya. Kalau you buat option ni, tak dapat buat option ni. Faham? Okay, why people take WT? Who takes WT? WT yang buat ni sebenarnya macam Benson. Macam siapa tu? Asia. Memang dia akan buat WT. Weaknesses and threats. Contohnya, dia kapal terbang kecil. Dia punya market share pun kecil. Kan Asia. And then threats dia apa? There's so many established airlines dalam dunia. Dekat Malaysia pun, Malaysian Airlines lagi terror. So, I have to create innovation. What is my innovation? I buatlah yang macam dia buatlah. But everybody can fly. Lepas tu, you kalau nak murah, payah bawa bag. Lepas tu tak payah makan. Payah macam-macam lah. Jadi, you boleh beli tiket dengan murah. Kalau you naik mas, dia dah factor semua benda. You ada baggage ke, tak ada baggage ke, letak. Kalau you nak makan ke, tak nak makan ke, dia letak harga dalam tu kan. Betul kan? Lepas tu dia ada macam-macam lagi, dia beri gift dia nak itu dah. Dia dah letak. Kalau you pergi Asia, dia bagi dog gift. Mana ada bagi dog gift? Tak ada. Ada dia nak bagi ni, anak-anak ni nanti nak tutup mata. Tutup mata. Nak tutup telinga. Dia bagi, tak ada. Soket, tak ada. Kan? So kalau you nasib Malaysia lain, dia dah letak benda tu semua dalam tu. Kalau dulu lagi teruk. Ada dengan teruk sekali. Kita teruk yang tu, yang main teruk. Kan? Can ask again Malaysia lain. Can I have a pack of, deck of, cards kan? Kan? Dia bagi. Free. Kan? Dulu-dulu lah. Kan? So belasah banyak kan? Asia semua tak free. Kan? Jadi dia jual basic saja. Tiket kapal terbang untuk you naik tak ada baggage. Baggage harga lain. I understand. So dia innovation. Dia ada WT people. Now, you look at the WT, it's innovation. When it comes to innovation, the one you always hear are all the successful companies. There are many other people who are not successful. They are also doing WT. Kan? Yang kita baca, semua tu ada tak case tadi, semua fail. Mana ada? Tak ada orang nak jual case study fail. Kat Kinowa tu. Kan? Lepas tu, you cari, ada tak case study fail? Case study fail, dia berlambat, tak ada orang nak buku kan? Semua orang nak tunjuk case study yang successful. Okay, you want to study how these people become successful. That's what it means. Understand? Yeah? So that's why I say this thing is very, very expensive knowledge. House metrics. House metrics ni kebanyakan orang yang tak faham. Ya, dengan dah lah you buat salah dekat suatu analysis. You masuk ni confirm salah 2 kali. Double jeopardy. Understand? This is the double jeopardy lah. Kalau you buat macam ni. Right? Now what I will tell you is that if you understand this, that means that you would understand that actually yang saya kata hari. Oh, anak awak ni pandai lah. Masa harapan dia. Boleh jadi doktor, boleh jadi itu dan sebagainya. Tengok opportunities. Anda tahu ada ke tidak? Ada tak government bagi scholarship ataupun ada tak universiti yang sebenarnya menyediakan peluang untuk orang buat medicine? Kalau tak ada, macam mana dia nak buat? Jadi macam mana you nak ada SOU? That's why when people say something like that, they have no idea about this Taos matrix. This Taos matrix is the thought process behind the solution that you try to do with your strength. And opportunity atau strength dengan threats dan sebagainya. Faham tak? Understand? Okay, bos. Boleh faham? Ni. Hari, boleh faham Hari?
It's more detail lah actually, Prof.
Semua detail lah. Next week kita minta
make
dia buat untuk dia punya company lah. Dia present business proposal. Boleh, Harry? Sambil makan Tony Romas tu lah. Okay. Tapi aku terkejut hari tu bila dia bagi website tu tengok. Alamak. Ini boleh gedebak koyak. Okey ni. Bayar ansuran pun tak lepas ni.
dia boleh bincang, Prof.
Dia yang terjatuh ada kemik sikit. Okay, boleh faham So that's why I want to tell you, this is a very powerful tool. That's why I always tell people, if you learn nothing nothing, 10,000, 15,000, you learn nothing. At least this one also 15,000 already the value. Easily 15,000 this value. Knowledge is 15,000 already. Saya kau buat ni untuk satu kamu. Kau buat ni dah dapat 15,000 cover already. Kan? Betul ke Syed? Kan? Ni dia pandai dia senyap. Dia pergi Vietnam, dia buka sekolah kat Vietnam. Pergi Vietnam ke Cambodia?
Cambodia, sir.
Cambodia. Ni kan? Vietnam different gang lah. Boleh faham Ada soalan nak tanya? Any question you want to ask? But it's not clear. Grafi, ada apa pun nak tanya?
Tak, cuma saya terfikir kalau TAUS ni pun kita boleh gunakan untuk decide bisnes apa yang kita nak buat jugalah. Sebagai initial process pun, saya rasa TAUS ni pun boleh jadi the first thing kita boleh fikirkan untuk bisnes apa yang kita nak masuk.
Ya, memanglah. This is what you should be doing. Sebab tu saya kata, you kalau pergi orang katakan idea generation, apa tu, lah, training ke apa benda, this is the one lah. Inilah dia punya konsep dia. People come up with so many different things, but this is the basic. Macam mana kau come out with some kalau kau di sini? Itu dia. That's why I'm saying a lot of the things yang I realize after studying so different, they're all talking about this similar thing, but different too. But the thought process is actually similar. Okay, why that you do not see this in katakan subject lain? Because everybody will come out with their own books. They are selling books. Takkan satu buku nak jual satu gambar raja yang sama, buku dia boleh jual. You understand? That's what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that we are sharing here the thought process. Not sharing here a mechanics where you put the apa tu ini sila masukkan jawapan anda lepas tu kira. Itu tujuan dia. Maknanya you have not valued this at 50,000 katakan. But you have valued is a 5-minute job. I prepare the table, masukkan saja. Not be the case, that's what many people forget. Because they see this as a value of 10 minit punya kerja. Dia bukan value benda ni as 1,000 ataupun 500,000 punya kerja. This is a thought process. Boleh?
Prof, basically TOS analysis ni, we can use also to verify kita punya SWOT analysis apa
Bukan verify SWOT analysis. SWOT analysis ni is a requirement dalam TAUS matrix. Kalau you punya SWOT analysis tak betul, memang ini tak betul. Macam mana you nak kahwin kan?
Okay. So what I mean is, maksud dia, I mean, saya to be honest Prof, never, my company tak buat lah TOS analysis ni Prof. But kita buat lah SWOT analysis tu. But when I see this, it's actually, I can use this SWOT analysis to verify this TOS matrix ni untuk verify saya punya SWOT analysis. Basically, betul ke strength ni is a match dengan saya punya opportunities ni. Sometimes strength ke tempat lain, opportunity ke tempat lain. Dia macam tak sync kan. So basically, this is what I see lah Prof.
Tapi dia macam ni tau. Dia kalau you letak benda yang salah dekat strength you, because the whole process is about marrying saja. So the points is wrong dalam strength ataupun wrong dalam it, you can still marry them. But it doesn't make any sense lah sebab benda yang salah you letak dalam tu. So it all depends on your dia punya dia punya ingredient dia adalah SWOT. That's why I said SWOT tu mesti correct first. Dia tak boleh salah. SWOT tu bila dia salah, dia macam ni. Ini machine. Machine ni dia proses benda yang you masuk ke dalam. Macam kata you masukkan kopi lah. You buka mesin kopi kan. Okay, you letaklah dalam tu bukan kopi. Rupa dia macam kopi. Dia tetap proses kan. Dia pressing mesin je. Itu je. Dia press je lah. Kan. Maknanya kalau dia punya ketebalan benda tu macam tu, dia boleh break. Kalau tak batu, kalau tak besi dalam tu, dia tak boleh lah benda tu. Jam tadi. Walaupun rupa dia macam kopi, tapi dia sebenarnya adalah batu ke ke besi ke dan sebagainya. Jadi dia tak boleh proses lah. Sebab benda tu dia tak ada intelligent. Benda ni dalam ni sebenarnya dia framework saja. So you have to do the marrying part. Kan? Dia tak boleh kenal benda ni, dia tak boleh kenal benda tu salah ke tak salah. Sama juga dengan mesin kopi tadi, dia tak boleh kenal benda ni kopi ke fotokopi. Jadi kau masuk dalam tu kontainer dia boleh masuk, lepas tu kau tekan, dia akan jalan lah kerja dia. That's what it means. Okay, now I have not found a book that actually teach on using. Dia bukan a book that teaches this. Dia teach benda ni, tapi dia tidak menunjukkan cara berfikir. Saya tak pernah jumpa. So this one you need to show something lah next week. Boleh tak kalau you prepare, dan kita boleh tengok. Boleh saya menilai whether you faham ke tak faham. Macam saya kata, this is the most expensive dalam apa-apa yang saya belajar. Ini yang kan apa saya belajar. Banyak benda expensive. Tapi kalau you boleh pilih satu saja, then this one will be the most expensive. And some people will tell you that pun very expensive. Fishbone Ishikawa is very expensive. Ya, betul. That one you want to identify what is the problem. When you identify what is the problem, then you can find that, with limited resources, this is the things that I need to concentrate lah. To kill this problem.
Prof, tapi kan kenapa banyak orang fokus saja aplikasi untuk SWOT tapi tak menceritakan tentang TAOS ni. Even
dia tak tahu.
Kalau bisnes mana cerita pun banyak orang dia tak ada cerita pasal TAOS ni pun.
Yalah, sebab satu dia TAOS ni dia tak faham kegunaan. Dia ingat SWOT ni, itu pasal bila saya kata, bila orang tak cerita pasal TAOS ni, ditampung segala-galanya dalam TAOS matrix. TAOS matrix is not a moving concept. Dia tak tahu mekanik dia. Jadi what dia do is ditampung saja dan dijadikan jawapan dia dalam TAOS matrix. Itu problem dia sebenarnya. Okay? Understand?
So, from what I understand, SWOT is more of like identifier, and TAOS is more of like for you to do your strategy and also planning. Is that?
Ya, dia sebenarnya SWOT ni adalah audit. Audit saja sebenarnya. There's no thinking kat bawah. This is the thinking part. This is where you find the option. SWOT bukan options. SWOT is just an audit. That's why when you do your audit, it's supposed to be banyak benda dalam tu, banyak elemen dalam. Okay? So eventually some of the strength yang you buat tu dia tak kahwin. Some of it dia kahwin. Some of it doesn't make sense if you marry them. That's why when you marry them, bila saya kata tadi, dia ada order kan. One to one, one to many, many to one, many to many. What are the things that you marry? You can marry people with people. Maknanya people punya aspect in the strength and people punya aspect in the things you can marry. And then you can get people in your job. You can also marry people with process. Yeah. You can get people answer or you can get process answer. You can also marry people with technology. Then you can get people answer ataupun ni technology answer. Whichever pun boleh. Remember, kan tadi kita kata tadi dia marry kan. Points dia kan dalam people process technology. Bila dia kahwin dengan people boleh, dia nak kahwin dengan teknologi boleh, dia nak kahwin dengan proses. Understand? Chan? Okay.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
That's why I say this thing is very, very powerful sebenarnya, Chan. You can do this. This is where you can find your strategy lah. Bukan strategi option. Ini cerita lain. Strategi nanti kita kena tengok apa tu antrometrik, banyak benda kita kena tengok bila kita nak buat strategi. Ini sebenarnya options lah. Potential options for you to explore. That's the purpose of apa tu Taos matrix lah.
Yeah, because usually when we do a business planning, it's true that we try to identify what are the strengths and weaknesses. But when it comes to proper planning, we don't really try to, what you said, like marry people with technology. So it's more of like delve into a more strategizing manners in order to tackle certain things.
Dia satu lagi, dia macam ni tau. A lot of the time, people what they do is shortcut many things. They shortcut many things because they don't understand the policy, don't understand the procedure. So when they shortcut everything, then they say that, oh, why can't this be done? Macam mana? I never say this can be done or cannot be done. Sometimes you got it right, sometimes you do it wrong. But I'm telling you here that this is the thought process. And if you know the thought process, then you will always get it right. Nah, kalau kadang-kadang kita tahu, wah betul lah. It's logic, isn't it? Memanglah logic. I'm not talking about logic. I'm talking about this is the right way of doing it. That's what it means. Okay? Boleh? Okay,
Yes, sir.
next. Nak tunjuk apa lagi? Ya, Rafi, ada apa lagi nak tunjuk?
Tak ada, Prof. I think this is the last slides lah. Yang saya nak tunjuk dua ni saja, Taos dengan, tapi I've got more. Apa maksudnya saya dapat more dekat Taos ni, banyak saya dapat new information.
So we have actually studied many things juga. Kita dah tengok daripada metrics, which is very important. Metrics ni is a very simplified punya tool untuk subjek ni lah. You kata anchor tu, itulah idea dia sebenarnya. Metrics tu lah dia sebenarnya. Itu dia sebenarnya. Tetapi in order to get to that, you need all these things. Dia bukan kata just going into new market atau new product. Tapi macam mana kau nak buat benda tu? Inilah dia punya thought process dia. So dia punya mechanics kat belakang-belakang tu banyak lagi mechanics. Yang ujung dia tu barulah ansometric. Kan? So you cannot derive to ansometric just like that. Memang boleh buat. Tapi dia punya thought process tak betul lah. Betul? Faham tak, Chan? Okay, so market structures is very important. And remember I told you, if you had the chance, go and find the book. Yang apa tu, Principle of Economy. Kan? I told you the other day kan, Principle of Economy. Harga dia dalam 20 lebih ringgit. Make sure that you don't put it on your shelf. But nanti kalau orang buka kat belakang tu, dia tanya, sesuai untuk tingkatan 6. Kan? Nanti orang kata, ya betul ke Rafi? Kata dia buat master. Tapi takkan cikgu pun tanya soalan darjah 6. Tingkatan 6. Tapi I understand. Because you don't go through this process, you have no idea. And when people take this at standard form 6, they just want to get A, ataupun they want to get good, decent grade. They don't understand the usage of this. Because when you're not taught of ilmu tu sebenarnya untuk you guna many things in life. Hanya you belajar untuk dapat A ataupun dan sebagainya. Okay.
Yep.
Alright.
I think this type of how should I put it? I think it's actually very important for a lot of people's to shape their mind to how their mentality is, especially when it comes to doing some analytical procedures. But honestly, sir, how come only 3 of us in this class? I think it's actually very important. Kan, Kadafi, kan?
Ada apa macam mana? Ada berapa? Saya tak tahu berapa ramai student sebenarnya.
There are some classes we have like 200 over students.
I think yang ini is it one of the elective apa ni?
Ya, elective ya. Tapi 3 orang saja dalam kelas kita. 3 orang saja ya.
Because we choose entrepreneurship, that's why we are separated. But like this subject I think is important for us to learn, in order for us to have a better analytical mind,
Dia sebenarnya kan Chat, dia macam ni tau, Chat. Sebenarnya, what I teach you today, if I were to teach people in other subjects, dia mungkin saya tak pakai tulis, saya pakai tulis yang lain. Tetapi what I'm trying to say is, the idea is similar. Idea is similar, which is we are talking about thought process.
Yes.
This sebenarnya satu lagi, the other thing is that, that's why I say, you are sitting in the class pukul 11:30 malam. You people bukan orang tak kaya, dah kaya, tak perlu belajar. Oh, sebenarnya. Kan? Dia isu dia begini. That's why I say, you just want a degree, you're wasting your time. Because the information that I give you is a lot more than that. Yeah, when I look around, many people who attend for the course, they just want. I've seen this thing. I'm not being prejudiced. So I've been in the business. I've seen this thing. Dia very simple aja. Dia, because bila you ajar basic thing, the first semester, then, okay, the way it is designed is supposed to be such that some of the subjects tu dia ada prerequisite. That means that before you do strategic planning, you kena siap. You ada, memang dia panggil macam tu kan. Karena dia panggil capstone subject. Capstone subject ni bermaksud you need to have knowledge ataupun you need to have passed few other courses yang sebenarnya prerequisite untuk buat example. That is very difficult. Sometimes people just do it because you do not know the truth, then they just do it because it's business. You need to finish it, we finish it. Kita student tak faham lah dia punya at the end of the day. What I'm trying to say is that kalau you masuk capstone subject, then the lecturer asks you basic things about it. Basic things about this. Kita boleh tahu. Kalau kita bagi capstone subject, semua benda tu masuk. Masuk. Jadi kalau kita tanya students, you are given all these data. Yeah, I ask you for 5 minutes. Separate all the data. Which data would you put? Kalau you belajar finance, then you will know that there are so many ratios that you can get. Tetapi if you want to have a conversation for 5 minutes, I already know which 3 ratios to talk about. They are profitability, liquidity, and gearing ratio. Itu saja. And then I just pick whatever dalam gearing ratio, ada satu jenis ratio. What is the purpose of gearing ratio? Just to see how you punya debt, you punya debt punya coverage. How exposed are you against that, for example? So the higher exposure you against that means the higher the risk for the company. Sebab dalam Malaysia ni countries, the debt cannot be more than 55%. The more than 55%, then dia rasa the country is at risk. That's why many countries will tell you that dia punya exposure to debt is about only 54%. So that people akan, negara ni kokoh lah. Dia cerita dia. Now, in other perspective, what it means is that many of you have gone to see the banker and ask to, and you say you want to borrow money. So dia tengok, dia kata seat risk kan. Seat risk. Dia bukan kata you punya debt ratio. Dia sebenarnya debt ratio dia yang dia tengok. Dia nak tengok how much is your salary, how much is you punya loan, punya ni dan sebagainya. Then they will tell you it's very high risk if I want to give this loan to you. Your capabilities of paying the loan is very low, dia kata. Katakanlah gaji you 100,000. Setiap bulan gaji you 100,000. Your debt exposure is up to 97,000. Dia kata, saya ada 3,000 lagi, saya boleh bayar lagi. Dia ada masalah. Dia kata, habis kau tak makan ke? Takkan kau tak makan? Kan? So if I give you this, it means that it's more than 100%. Kan? Kau mesti makan, kau kena bawa kereta, kau kena ni, kau bayar sewa dan sebagainya. So, itu kau tak ada ke? That's what you don't want to take. Understand? Itu yang kita panggil debt. Debt itu. Dan liquidity. What is liquidity? Cairan. You could be very rich, but everything is locked up in all your assets. You don't have money, you can die. Then your business can crumble. You don't pay your staff. You don't do this. You don't do that. Dan sebagainya. People take actions against you. Die. Profitability is very important for you to in your growth. Kalau tak ada profit, macam mana nak ada growth? So these are the three ratios. Other than that, the other important. You said 5 minutes of talking, so I picked 3. How long is the exam? Exam 45 minutes. How much can I write in 45 minutes? 3 things I can write already for 45 minutes. So you want me to put 10 ratios, everything very artificial saja. The real conclusive. So you must pick the right kind of thing to say. Sama juga kalau you pick some other topics, say about organization behavior ataupun HR. Kalau HR, apa yang penting dalam HR? Banyak benda penting. Performance penting, KPI penting, semua penting. Kan? KPI penting, performance penting, job description penting, motivation penting, training penting, semua penting lah. Kan? Okay. Settle hari? Alright. Any other question to ask? Ni dah pukul berapa dah ni? 11:30? Oh, delay.
Bro. Almost.
Okay, any question that you like to ask? Okay. Kalau tak ada, okay. This is your homework lah. Homework means buat lah. Janganlah tak buat kan. Buat gitu-gitulah. Conting sikit. Tak payah conting macam ni. Tak apa. Conting je. Lepas tu, angkat gambar print je. Because what is important, it's more on the, you know how it works.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, this thing is good for you to present. I don't want you to present. I want you to understand. That means you can play with this anytime you like. So I even prefer if you just conting atas kertas, ambil gambar, tunjuk gambar tu, habis cerita. Jadi you tak payah waste time. Nanti buat ni nanti orang komplain. Mungkin ni Bina ada masa kan. Tapi kalau kita kata conting, kan kata sementara tunggu kapal terbang, aku pun penting. Kan? Dekat airport pun aku boleh masuk kelas. Kan? Betul tak? Harry pun kata sambil baring-baring tengah visio tu pun aku boleh conting sikit.
Tulisan buruk, Prof. Tulisan buruk. Itu yang tak nak conteng tu.
Tulisan tak penting. Dia yang penting kau tahu ke tidak. Itu dia sebenarnya benda-benda ni. Where is it that you use? You actually use it in your mind. Want to construct instead. The ability to compartmental all this concept ni dan dia masuk kat mana. It's actually in your mind because you are trained to become a business owner. The business owner, few things must be at their fingertips. These are the things that must be at fingertips. Because you have tell your staff, hey, you go and get this thing done nicely lah. I can tell you this is wrong, this is wrong. Because I tengok saja, I sudah tahu. For example, if you've been in a business very long time and you know all this, staff come in and present to you 2-3 minutes saja, you tahu ni tak masuk akal punya presentation. What is the basis of what is your thought process? Bila you tanya thought process, dia pun tergamam. So, thought process apa dia? Ni ada table, saya masuk je lah dalam table. Kan? Fill in the blank. I fill in the things in the blank. But you see, in order for you to fill this blank, things in the blank, the SWOT analysis must be correct. Then I ask you, where do you get all these fakta dalam SWOT analysis you? Then dia kata, saya tengok. Sudah salah. That's why I said, this thing you kena tengok daripada you punya ni, industry requirement. And then opportunities and threats come from pastry and water. What? You punya market structure. Do you know what is your market structure not? Kawan tu pergi. Aku ingatkan untuk 10 minit boleh siap. Kan? Rupanya dia ada ekor kat belakang. And dia punya thought process behind it is not clear. Then you get, that's why you say, that's why I'm a business owner. That's why you are apa tu? I am the business owner. Because as a business owner, I cannot be cheated. Kan? Takkan I employ somebody to cheat me. Tu kan? Dah lah bayar extra untuk ditipu. Lepas tu beli kerja pula untuk staff tipu kau. So, kau ni apa? Santa Claus ke? Kan? Your job is to make everybody happy. Okay, Alright. Anything else? Anything else? Apa lagi? Ada siapa-siapa ada lagi presentation nak cerita? Okay. One thing that I want you to make sure what you do is that you please have a look at this and prepare the Taos metrics for your company lah. Sikit-sikit cukup lah. Tak payahlah banyak sangat. Just to make sure that I can see that you understand. Make sure the marrying is one-to-one. Make sure that you put people process technology. If you don't want to do alone, you don't want to do alone, you can do as a team. No problem. The whole idea is that you need to understand. Right? There's no point of you don't understand. Kalau you tak understand, tak payah datang kelas. Dia sama je. Dia datang kelas, dia kena faham. Kalau datang kelas tak faham, dia tak payah datang kelas. Dia kena mark attendance present. And we can cheat the game, isn't it? There are many ways to cheat the game. But one thing that you should not cheat, you cheat yourself. And you can cheat other people, but you should not cheat yourself. Betul? Betul, Garfi? Ada fatwa begitu ke?
Betul.
Okay, don't cheat yourself and don't cheat others. Which one is more correct? Huh? Harry? Garfi, mana yang betul?
Dia ikut mana orang tu punya morality compass dia lah. Kalau dia rasa, tapi yang penting dia jangan tipu diri sendiri je lah.
The basic is jangan tipu diri sendiri. Then only you can decide later on. You nak tipu orang lain.
Prof. Sometimes dia tipu diri dia sendiri kan, sebab nak sedapkan hati. It sometimes happen, bro.
Tapi I think in the example you use just now, is that orang Malaysia memang suka tipu diri sendiri. Maknanya dia pay astro, dia pay lah. Maknanya itulah, itu hipotesis lah. Tadi pasal aku cakap cantik juga background aku ni dekat London ni kan. Siapa pernah pergi London? Pernah pergi London?
Saya risau prof di tengah jalan tu je. Sambil live tu bahaya.
Ada Chan pernah pergi London, Chan?
Yes, sir.
Ni Garfi pernah?
Pernah.
Baru balik je.
Oh, bila dia balik?
Dia baru balik last year.
Bulan lepas.
Wah, apa kau buat situ? Kau pergi Christmas ke?
Ada kerja, buat kerja sikit.
Oh.
Girlfriend.
Duduk kampung, Prof. Saya duduk kampung, jauh.
Kampung kau kat London ke?
Dia 45 minit daripada London. Dia Aldershot.
Apa nama tempat tu?
Dekat Woking. Dia nama tempat tu Aldershot.
Oh. Dia dalam London ke bukan?
Dia outskirt London lah. Outskirt London. Dah 20 minit ke, kalau naik train SWG tu dalam 20 minit lah.
Dia zone apa? Zone 6 ke?
Dia luar lah. Dia tak masuk dalam zone London tu.
Oh, luar lagi sikit.
Luar lagi.
Oh. Dia yang ini dia London ni dia compulsory, dia bukan kira option. Orang Malaysia dia kira compulsory. Betul ke? Macam dia kira compulsory lah. Kan, betul lah. Harry.
Mas Mary.
Tak best apa?
Tak best. Kau suka pergi mana? Kau suka pergi mana?
Saya masa saya kat sana saya down south dekat Pompey, dekat Portsmouth.
Oh. Pergi ni lah, kau nak pergi mandi-mandi je lah. Pergi beach dia.
Dekat Spinnaker Tower tu apa semua. So it's more fun there lah. Saya rasa London ni banyak lipas lah, Prof. Macam ramai sangat orang. Jadi saya macam tak jadi pening lah. So I think dia tak nampak lah tu fun dia tu lah.
Dia cosmopolitan lah. Dia tempat ni dia macam actually it's nice if you walk at night. Dia at night ni mungkin macam bayar-bayar kita macam lah, because now you have a lot of risks. When you are younger, you don't have so much risks. Then it's fun to walk at night. I used to walk at night. 11 malam lebih 12 naik last train kita pun tak duduk gitu. Sekarang ni kau nak naik 10 minit train takut. Kan? Dulu kau duduk gitu tak kau lah kan. Boleh duduk kita naik dengan nyamun ke apa benda kat belakang tu kau pun tak takut. Kan? Kau jalan tengah malam kat situ tak takut. Kan? You grow older when you have all other responsibilities, anak you semua kan. Jadi all these things come into your mind. Kita duduk dengan siapa-siapa, mana tahu dia datang sekarang dia bawa pisau ke kan. Kan? Sekarang kau masuk train pun kau tengok orang. Boleh percaya ke ini orang? Betul ke ni?
Germany better, bro. Sorry, bro.
Germany better.
Germany better. Far way better.
Ya, kalau saya suka pergi Rome. Rome pun saya suka. Rome is also very nice. Ada pergi Rome?
Banyak pencopet je lah, bro.
Rome ni tengoklah, kalau orang pakai macam tu lain kan. Kita pakai murah sebenarnya kan. Betul lah.
Tapi Prof, kalau in term of macam keselamatan sosial, rasa modern Arab lagi okey lah pergi. Contoh macam Dubai,
Oh
Qatar.
ya.
Kita tak risau dari segi
Agree.
benda simple lah. Kereta kalau kita tinggal kunci dalam kereta pun tak ada masalah. Tak ada siapa nak ambil kereta tu. Which is dekat westerners kita tak akan nampak that kind of situation.
Okey, dia dekat negara-negara ni betul lah you cakap orang tinggal. Reason ni satu, dia don't value that thing very much sebenarnya. Dulu it's even worse. Harga kereta sangat murah. Can you imagine you nak beli X6 yang baru tu baru 100,000 je. 90,000 boleh dapat. Kan? Kat sini lebih daripada setengah juta kan. You nak beli Q7 90,000 je Q7 tu. Kan? Lepas tu kau nak color apa? Color luar lain, color cushion color lain. Nak tunjuk terror lah kan. Konon-konon lah. Kan? Kalau kau beli apa tu Camry tu baru 50,000 saja. Kan? Malaysia dah 150, dia baru 50,000 je. 50, 60,000 lah. Kan? Kereta basahan Camry tu. Like that lah. Dia tak value lah. Benda-benda ni dia tak value. Kan? Jadi kita
Camry tu kira kereta buat pergi Asda ke apa, Prof?
dia pergi Asda, dia pergi warna putih lah. Kita langgar-langgar lah. Kalau you pergi Saudi kan banyak kereta yang kemek-kemek kan. Tapi kita Camry dah tu, Camry warna putih. Why Camry and not why Honda? Sebab Camry ni yang datang dari sana semuanya CBU. Semua direct daripada Jepun. Tak ada. Dia walaupun dia ada tu, dia tak assemble. Dia semua CBU. So kalau orang kira first quality pada Saudi is Japan. And first quality. For them is first quality. Sebab dia kalau yang Mercedes ke semua tu okey lah, itu lain lagi. Ini untuk semua orang pakai. Kalau semua orang pakai, Toyota is the first, but it comes from Japan. Kalau you pakai tube, yang baju tube yang warna putih tu kan, kain paling mahal mesti dari dia. Second quality is Korea is always inferior. Dia punya mentality lah. Kalau you pergi beli kain, nombor satu beli kain. And China of course last lah. Korea nombor 2. Kalau tanya je, okey. Nak yang Japan, dia kata Japan. Ini range Japan, harga lain. Ini range Korea. Yang ini range China. Nama dia tak ada. Dia nak first grade sama dengan kualiti Jepun. Kau tak boleh accept. Even though the quality may be good, the name can never match Japan. Faham tak? Kalau kereta tu memang Toyota tu is value for money lah. Sebenarnya Camry ni sebenarnya bila dia keluar dia ada according to the region. Yang region masuk Malaysia tak sama dengan region yang masuk Saudi. Ambil idea macam mana aku nak keluarkan jam aku. Rupa dia lain sikit kalau nak jual ke US. Betul Hari? Tapi baguslah. Kau punya idea bagus. You come into this kind of business. Very good lah. Very good lah. I find it very interesting lah. Venture into something that many people do not venture. And then you have your own people yang appreciate lah kan. I mean, this is not meant for everybody. Ya, dia bukan kata jam ni buy this kind of watch. Reason lah kan. Macam kalau orang kata beli cash tu, semua orang nak ada jam. Okay. Buy jam. Tu fit for that purpose lah. Kan? Sebab dia pun ada mahal, ada murah dan sebagainya kan. Tapi ada certain watch, yes, meant for collect. Meant for, betul lah. Itu certain thing lah. Bagus lah. Ramai orang berani buat yang betul kan?
WT dia, sir.
Prof.
WT.
Bagus. Tak apalah, minggu depan kita tengok.
Ah. Nanti dia bawa beg dengan jam sekali tu, Prof. Dia bawa sekali dengan beg. Masa kita makan tu dia bentang jam tu.
Tak apalah. Dia pun sebenarnya banyak benda dia nak kena ready.
Bahaya ni. Minggu depan saya tak bawa jam lah, saya bawa produk lain pula.
Bagus. I like to learn new things. Okay, what time is it now? 11:40. Apa lagi nak cerita? Kau nak duduk sampai pukul 12 ke apa?
Oh, dah tak ada. Dah habis cerita
Tak ada.
dah, Prof. Dah habis cerita dah.
Apa cerita? Kan, apa cerita lagi nak cerita?
Nak tidur ni, sir.
Nak tengok tidur je. Bola pun ada. Apa nak tidur awal?
Bukan Prof. Nak tanya tadi Prof cakap kena buat homework. Benda Prof tadi. Saya pun tak lupa dah. Prof nak contoh-contoh apa?
Atau yang
House
house metric.
metrics for your company.
For company kan?
Ah,
For
For your own company lah.
For your own company.
Ada pun kau boleh buat 3 orang, buat satu. Tak apa. Boleh juga. Apa-apa boleh. Mana-mana. Jadi tahu je.
Kita semua buat company hari lah. Lepas tu dapat free watch. Jam tangan free kan tu.
Tengok minggu lepas terkejut.
Cari tali. Saya ada rasanya ada few tali jam lah. Kita boleh bagi.
Yang itu kata you collab dengan Starbucks tu? Siap dengan bau kopi tu?
Ada bau?
Ya. Kita orang tengah tunggu daripada Itali.
Alamak.
To send the samples lah.
Oh, nanti dia ni Starbucks punya ni lah.
Tali jam ada bau kopi lah. So kalau you order cappuccino semua dia boleh bau lah.
Oh, power.
Yang
itu berapa ribu tu?
Tak. Itu kita keluarkan tali je. The watches kita lain. So kalau Prof Rasan ada keluar Little Joe punya perfume kat kereta tu. It's the same concept. They inject the bau dalam tali.
Oh, I see. Okay.
It's the same concept. Cuma Little Joe tu dia tak long lasting. So sebab dia nak orang sentiasa beli kan.
Ya.
Dia tak lama lah. Jadi macam tadi jam kita expected around 3 months macam itulah dia bau. Little Joe tu around 21 days dia dah hilang. After that orang belilah. Dia punya nature of business adalah orang keep on buying. Macam kita tak lah. Kita 3 months macam tu people boleh tukar. So the game kita nak bau Starbucks tu lah.
Tapi sekarang Starbucks orang tak pakai dah makan. Starbucks Israel. Kau kena tukar gigi lah.
That's the game, Prof. Kalau Starbucks Israel dekat Malaysia, no, Zeus don't want to spend, Prof. Kita dah tanya dah.
Tak nak
Dia don't want to spend. Dia mungkin dah rasa selesa dekat Malaysia. I'm not sure about diorang punya next move, tapi but I rasa diorang dah a bit selesa lah. Dekat sini diorang selesa lah.
Yelah, because sekarang ni they capitalize on the market, people tak pergi kepada Starbucks.
Correct.
That's why they looking at themselves. And Gigi pun dia rasa Gigi pun tidak sebanyak dia. Kan? Tak.
Dia Prof. Starbucks is lifestyle. Diorang jual merchandise. Diorang buat keluar tumbler. Sure, sold outnya. So I have to tap the market jugalah. But benda ni happen, the deal is before the Israel-Palestine thingy. So benda dah sign dah apa. So I have to continue lah.
Ni kau buat berapa banyak ni? Banyak ke unit?
Tak, kita hantar sampel dulu. Kalau Starbucks agree with the smell. So sekarang ni kita orang buat 20 untuk the various of smell lah. So kalau dia setuju, then kita akan proceed lah. After that, dia promote lah.
So you tak ada buat collaboration dengan Jurgen Klopp ke?
Dengan siapa?
Jurgen Klopp.
Tak ada. Okay. Tak apa. I will go to Arteta lah kalau macam tu.
Tapi yang strap tu mahal ke harga dia?
Yang ada bau tu?
Tak
mahal. Less than 100.
Okay.
Because
mahal tu $100 for 3 months means $33 a month. Mahal juga tu. RM1 satu hari. Airi, mana boleh macam ni
entah. Less than 100 ada sebenarnya.
Dia pun ada banyak nak cover.
Because of Russia, Ukraine perang, the transportation cost naik tinggi lah bro. That's the impact lah. So that things ni lah, itu tak campur lagi custom Malaysia tab lagi. All the tax tinggi.
Custom Malaysia tax banyak.
Oh. Saya tak tahu lah Malaysia ni sampai tak ada duit. Dia tax saya macam nak demam kalau sekali hantar jam.
Oh ya?
Yeah. Except for government punya project lah. Government punya project. Sebab saya supply to government juga kan. Macam Prime Minister Office. Dia punya vouchers. So
That one you have special permit, right?
that one clear lah. Government
Yeah, that
project.
one's also clear, special permit.
But non-government, dia mana dia nak bagi. Dia takkan bagi.
On paper and off paper tax.
Ayalah. Satu tak campur lagi hilang dekat airport.
Oh, boleh hilang juga.
Hai bro. Sebab tu every time kita akan order 100 lebih sikit. The rest hilang custom belasah. I'm sorry to say lah, but adalah orang-orang yang tak jujur. Dia dah buka, dia ambil.
Selalunya kalau 100 tu hilang berapa banyak?
3-4 pieces.
Confirm hilang.
Confirm. 100% confirm hilang.
So kalau hilang, you tak boleh cakap apa-apa. Ini macam mana cik ni? Janji kita sini ada tulis 100.
Dia cakap dia tak ambil. Kita tak cakap apa bro.
Serius
Kita deal with Japan. Japan kita tahu dia punya dealing ni dia proper. Dia hantar 110, dia tetap hantar 110. Dia tak ada tipu punya bro. And so dia hantar 110 sampai kat kita 106, 105, kadang 5 biji hilang. Especially Najib Razak, Tone M hilang 5, 6.
hilang.
Hilang.
Itu yang itu harga dia berapa tu satu? Retail price.
Najib Razak 3,000.
Dia
Tone
balon
M
dia.
is 3,000.
Dia balon dia.
Dia tak beli lah bro. Tapi kita nak buat macam mana, that's the risk lah. That's the threats yang kita hadapi.
So every time when you go, you already have this in your mind lah. Mesti confirm bilang lah.
Confirm.
So tak payah tanya lah. Tak payah tanya lah.
Masa mula-mula start business, hilang 1-2. Okay lagi. But later on bila custom dah tahu kita punya game kan, barang masuk je. Lepas tu dah jadi 4, 5.
They recognize your company name, bro.
Banyak
Sure
lah
one.
kita every month
Sometimes
kita
you
buat
also kena a
masuk.
lot. For sure one.
Every
But you
month
have
kita
to factor
masuk.
into the cost lah.
Dah factor lah tu. Memang dah always factor lah. 5 hilang memang. 5 figures jugalah. Kalau hilang 5 figures juga.
Yelah.
Even insurance dia tak boleh, Prof. Insurance is airport to airport. Dia bukan door to door.
Oh, dia tak boleh door to door.
Tak boleh, Prof. Insurance airport to airport.
Oh, macam tu
Except jewellery. If you declare for jewellery, it's door to door. Hand to hand.
You tak boleh kata you beli barang. Oh, dia tak kira macam tu. Kalau I ambil FedEx katakan. FedEx dia bukan dari door to door.
Tak. Dia akan hantar door to door. Tapi kalau kat custom hilang, dia tak boleh tanggungjawab. Itu bukan
Different,
salah
sir.
dia.
The one you are talking about is the normal express courier delivery. This is shipment, right? Shipment is a different thing. So you have like from port to port, from door to port. Then some will let you insure from door to door, but it also depends.
Because
Okay,
it's door.
I thought bila kalau you transfer something from port to port, dia ada bill bill of lading kan?
Yeah, BL.
So bila tu kan nanti bila somebody yang datang nak buka, bila on the time dia nak buka, dia kena declare, okay, ini ada berapa? 100. So bila dia buka, ini bukan 100, saya tak mau terima.
Yeah, most of them they declare at port, right? So once they've checked dekat port tu, lepas tu katakan 100 biji. Port tu dia check memang ada 100 biji. Lepas checking tu, dia buat hal.
Itu yang tak boleh cover tu lah.
Yes.
No, Prof. The thing is, you accept from FedEx. Ataupun macam I pakai DHL. DHL ni adalah, it's a courier je, Prof. So dia cakap, tak cukup lah. Tak cukup, tak tahu lah. You kena tanya custom lah. Dia cakap lah. Because Jepun memang deliver proper. DHL sana
Sebab tu bila I speak to second hand dealer, kenal second hand dealer yang jual dia cakap every time when dia keluar, dia balik dia semua letakkan. Saya cakap semua lah. Kalau dia bawa 20 lah. Tak apa, pergi airport bayar je dia kata. Tapi I pakai dekat tangan I semua. Memang dia tak ada, dia kata dia tak boleh pakai macam you punya style lah, dia kata tak boleh. That's why kadang-kadang dia hilang, dia pergi sana. First kali dia pun, bila dia beli, dia tak percaya ni. Dia kata, must go there and check. I kena check betul-betul kat situ, then I buy, then I bawa pakai tangan lah. Tangan, kaki semua isi. Duduk dalam kapal terbang, dia kata, siapa mau kacau dalam kapal terbang? Kan? Then bila sampai je, ni kawan semua sudah ada. So, mak lah. Dia kata, siapa mau angkat, siapa mau potong tangan dia dalam kapal terbang? That is dia kata that's the risk that they have to take. That's why you have to pay for this price because dia beli barang sendiri. Dia kata kalau you order, you belum tentu original kan. Dia boleh tipu. Ini sekarang you beli dari saya pergi sana sendiri beli. Saya bagi you guarantee pula lagi. Kalau you pergi sana seorang-seorang pergi beli, lepas tu barang tu tipu, you balik Malaysia tipu, you nak pergi sana lagi, dia nak angkat ke balik. You beli satu biji saja. Kan? Price that you have to pay for this middleman lah. Macam tu lah Harry
Biasalah Prof niaga kat Malaysia ni.
Sama je, mana-mana pun sama juga. Sama jugalah. Okay. So I guess the other thing I wanted to ask you to do is that I want you to look into mergers and acquisitions. Okay, we talked about this in the first week. We talk about horizontal and vertical integrations. What vertical is dia naik atas atau turun bawah. Eat your supplier atau eat your distributor. Horizontal is the same. You eat the people of the same category. So this is another thing that you need to understand. And also I want you to think about the risk management. Macam mana? What is the purpose of people when they take their supplier? When they take the supplier, they control the market. When they control the market, they can become monopoly. Get the price. When they control the distributor, they can control the price. Distributor ni dia akan bagi harga yang lebih murah. Faham? That's why when you try to buy something from other people, it looks like they are the same company, but sometimes the companies are actually their own company. Sometimes they are actually franchised. Dia kadang-kadang ada perbezaan di situ. Because when it is a franchise, then they have not control, dia tak ada control dia punya supplier. Like it's your own company, you control daripada buat sampai deliverable tu, betul pun you juga. That's why you can play around with the price. Have you been to a situation where you sometimes feel that, hey, come I can get discounts? Dia kata, oh yang itu price, yang ini apa tu home. There are different dealings. Like short things like this, you need to have some knowledge lah. Okay, so hari ni kita dah belajar banyak juga. I think the most important thing is understand the linkages, all these things that we have covered in the last. Ya kan? Nanti kita kena ganti. Diorang pun dah tanya saya bila nak ganti lah. Okay, nantilah. You try lah to meet up. I think it's better for us to meet up. Then you can conteng-conteng, make sense lah. What do you think? Chan, okay? Try to find a time. Harry, okay, Harry? Boleh got a few boleh?
Yeah, okay, say on. Okay.
I think it's better. Actually, to me lah, I mean, it depends on how you conduct the class lah. Macam sebenarnya saya pun ada kelas yang ramai orang. Nah, the kelas yang ramai orang, isu dia macam ni. Bila dia ada 3 orang, it's better because the value for you is higher. Concentration is higher. When the class is so big, some people, they doze off. When you call their name, they're also not there. They're just there for the attendance saja. So they feel that they need to know that, but actually they have no idea what's going on. Then I see if the class is 30 people, at least 5 or 6 people are all the interested parties. Every time they will talk and this and ask questions, give examples, and sebagainya. The majority, 25, they have no idea what's going on. Sometimes when you call them, they're not even there. Kan? Tapi kalau you buat dalam kelas, then chances are, even if they're not paying attention, you can actually make them active. Because what you do is give them macam apa tu, class punya work dan sebagainya. Because sometimes the whole idea is that you know some people they come just but you must try your best to make sure an active member in the class. Yeah, that's the difference lah. But you guys have met, kita tak pernah jumpa.
Pernah. Ada yang pernah. Chan tak pernah jumpa lagi, saya tak pernah jumpa. Harry pernah jumpa.
Why you have a class, physical class ni?
Tak.
Kita orang lepak ngeteh.
Lepak.
Okay. Which is actually, then the other thing, orang tak faham sebenarnya. Sebenarnya, MBA ni sebenarnya sebab networking.
Yeah. Yes.
Dia sebenarnya bukan kelas baca buku. Dia memang kelas buat research. Research based on. Dia bukan kelas, khatamlah berapa banyak buku. It's not about that. That's what people don't understand. When you go to good schools, what they do is they give you time so that you spend a lot of time with your friends. Sometimes these people don't go back home. They stay in the library, they stay in the computer lab because they had to work, get the result for presentation. So I remember last time when I was in the UK, people tak tidur. Dia bawa jaket dia semua. Dia nak masuk pagi je, dia sudah mandi kat toilet. Dia ikat itu, terus masuk kelas, presentation. The life is like that sebenarnya. A lot of the things yang dia orang buat ni is actually group work, bukan individual work. Because when the lecturer give individual work, they have to assess so many. And then chances are some people are passive. Then dia pinjam kawan dia Xerox saja. Jadi buat apa you nak tipu game tu? Might as well they just give this as a group. Then they take on the face value, everybody must participate. After all, you pay a lot of money to be here. Obviously, you want to benefit class lah. Kan kalau tidak, entah you nak ambil nama saja, okay lah, itu lah. Kan, because people, they have a lot of money, they can pay $500,000 for a day, kan, just because they want to be alumni, for example. Yeah, ada orang macam tu. But for many other people, but they realize that this is an opportunity to learn from good people. Then they participate lah. Kalau you suruh dia baca buku, tapi they can contribute in everybody. That's why they do a lot of this and that. And if you're a business owner, most of the time you do presenting. You want to see the owner doing slides tu semua kau tak buat, orang lain yang buat. Betul. Most of the time lah. Okay, Datuk. Apa lagi, Datuk? Mau cerita? Kau mau tidur?
Yalah.
Kan dia biasanya dia biasa kalau orang superstar ni dia tak main 90 minit, dia main 87 minit. 10 minit lagi dia nak bagi standing ovation. Kan? Dia main 89 minit. Kan? Okay lah. Alright. So
Baik, bro.
alright, so we'll you write something like in the WhatsApp group, whatever it is, what idea you want to do, whatever it is.
Okay.
Yeah. Then we can have a discussion later lah. And they just prepare those things yang saya cakap tadi. I think this is very important. This one I want you to do because I want you to sketch, because this is the idea that should be playing in your mind. Okay. So the day all these things that kita belajar ni should be at your fingertips. It should not be something that you actually have to put a lot. Yes, you put a lot of time to get it done to almost to the. But this most of the things that kita belajar ni is a 5 minutes job.
Yeah.
Be able to train your mind to think. With 5 minutes, I can still. Somebody say something, I know it's bullshit. I can detect already. Where does this come from? So that's the whole idea.